Within Christianity lies a figure of ultimate opposition, the devil. Though a single powerful entity in popular imagination, the devil's story in the Christian worldview is a complex story woven from biblical whispers and theological interpretations. This journey explores the devil's origins, his rebellion, and his role in God's plan, drawing upon scripture and Christian beliefs. The devil's story doesn't begin with malice, but with brilliance. Isaiah 14:14 paints a picture of magnificent being, the morning star, adorned with precious stones and perfect in wisdom. This, scholars believe, is a reference to Lucifer, a name meaning lightbringer, signifying his exalted position among the angels. Luke 19:12. The Bible, however, offers hints of Lucifer's downfall. Ezekiel 28:14-15 describes a perfect being in the Garden of Eden, guarded by every precious stone, who became prideful and was ultimately expelled. Though not explicitly named, Christian tradition interprets this being as Lucifer, whose pride led him to envy God's position. While the Bible doesn't elaborate on the specifics of Lucifer's rebellion, Revelation 12:7-9 depicts a war in heaven, with Michael and his angels defeating a dragon identified as that ancient serpent, who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. This fall from grace marked a turning point, transforming Lucifer into Satan, the adversary of God. The book of Genesis 3:1-13 provides the first glimpse of Satan's earthly actions. Taking the form of a serpent, he tempts Eve with the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This act of deception led to humanity's fall from innocence, introducing sin and suffering into the world. From this point forward, the Bible portrays Satan as a constant tempter, leading humanity astray. Job 1:6-12 describes Satan accusing Job before God, questioning his faith and seeking to break him from God's favor. In the Gospels, Jesus himself is tempted by Satan in the wilderness. Matthew 4:1-11, highlighting the devil's ongoing opposition to God's work. The existence of the devil raises theological questions. Why would God create a being capable of such rebellion? Many scholars propose that free will, a cornerstone of God's creation, extends to angels as well. Satan's rebellion, then, represents the misuse of this freedom. The presence of evil in the world further complicates the picture. If God is all-powerful and good, why does evil exist? Why doesn't God simply eliminate this source of evil? This question has perplexed theologians for centuries, and there's no single definitive answer. However, exploring various interpretations can shed light on God's plan and the nature of good and evil. The concept of free will is central to understanding this issue. The Bible suggests God granted angels, just like humans, the ability to choose. Deuteronomy 30:19. Lucifer's rebellion demonstrates the misuse of this freedom. Destroying him would negate the very concept of free will, a cornerstone of God's creation. Some theologians argue that evil, while not God's creation, serves a purpose. It acts as a test of faith, allowing individuals to choose righteousness over temptation. The book of Job 1:6-12 exemplifies this concept. Satan, with God's permission, tests Job's faith, ultimately strengthening it. Similarly, Jesus' temptation in the wilderness, Matthew 4:1-11, showcases the power of resisting evil through unwavering faith in God. Another perspective suggests God allows the devil's existence to ultimately magnify his own power. By allowing evil to persist, God demonstrates his ultimate triumph over it. The book of Revelation 21:3-7-10 depicts Satan's defeat and eternal punishment, signifying good's final victory. This struggle highlights God's power and unwavering commitment to defeating evil. While the devil is often seen as a singular entity, the Bible portrays a broader picture. Evil can manifest in various forms, including sin itself and the allure of the world. 1 John 2:15-17. Focusing solely on the devil might oversimplify the complex nature of evil that humans encounter daily. The core message of Christianity remains one of hope and redemption. Despite the existence of evil, God's love and forgiveness are ever present. Jesus' sacrifice on the cross is seen as the ultimate victory over sin and death, ultimately rendering the devil powerless. 1 Corinthians 15:20, 26. The focus then shifts from the devil as a destructive force to God's grace as the path to salvation. The question of whether the devil serves a purpose in God's grand plan remains open for debate. C.S. Lewis, in his book The Screwtape Letters, portrays Satan as a tool used by God to ultimately bring humanity closer to him. John Piper, a contemporary theologian, argues that God allows evil for a greater purpose, which humanity may only fully comprehend in eternity. For Christians, navigating a world touched by evil is a constant challenge. The devil's story serves as a reminder of this tension. By recognizing his tactics and relying on God's strength, Ephesians 6:10-18, we can resist temptation and choose a path aligned with God's will. While the devil's existence may seem like a flaw in God's plan, it ultimately serves to highlight the importance of faith, vigilance, and the unwavering power of God's grace. The Bible makes references to demons, fallen angels, who followed Satan in his rebellion. These beings are seen as influencing evil throughout history, as in Acts 10:38, where Peter describes Jesus healing those oppressed by the devil. The concept of demonic possession further reinforces the idea of a spiritual battle between good and evil. The book of Revelation 21:3-7-10 depicts Satan being bound for 1,000 years and then released for a final battle. This battle culminates in Satan's ultimate defeat and eternal punishment in the lake of fire. Throughout Christian history, interpretations of the devil have evolved. Early church fathers like Augustine saw Satan as a powerful force in the source of all evil. The Middle Ages witnessed a rise in beliefs about demonic possession and witchcraft, further solidifying the image of the devil as a terrifying figure. The Enlightenment challenged these views, with some thinkers questioning the literal existence of the devil. Modern Christianity offers a spectrum of beliefs, with some adhering to a traditional view of Satan and others interpreting him as a symbol of internal struggles and temptations. The devil's story serves as a constant reminder of the battle between good and evil within each individual. While interpretations vary, the core message remains. We are presented with choices. The devil, as a tempter and deceiver, represents the allure of sin and the path away from God. His story serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to recognize his tactics and choose the path of righteousness. It's important to note that the concept of the devil isn't solely about a singular entity. The Bible also speaks of other forces working against God's will, like sin itself and the allure of the world. Viewing evil as a multifaceted concept can provide a broader understanding of the challenges we face. Despite the presence of evil, the Christian belief ultimately emphasizes hope and redemption. While Satan may tempt, God's love and forgiveness are ever present. Jesus' sacrifice on the cross is seen as a victory over sin and death, ultimately defeating the devil's power. 1 Corinthians 15:20-26. The question of whether the devil serves a purpose in God's plan remains a topic of theological debate. Some see him as a necessary foil, highlighting God's ultimate goodness through contrast. Others believe God allows evil for a greater purpose, ultimately leading to a deeper appreciation for his grace. The Christian life, then, is a constant navigation of a world touched by evil. By recognizing the devil's tactics and relying on God's strength, Ephesians 6:10-18, we can resist temptation and choose a path aligned with God's will. The devil's story serves as a reminder of the importance of faith, vigilance, and the unwavering love and power of God. The devil, though a complex and debated figure, offers valuable insights within the Christian worldview. His story serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the battle between good and evil, and ultimately, a testament to the enduring power of God's grace. It is a story that continues to shape Christian thought and practice, offering guidance and hope in the face of temptation and the ever-present struggle between right and wrong. Bible Short Stories, signing off.